From chilling English institutions where unimaginably torturous therapies resulted in vengeful ghosts of former patients lingering, to the ruins of some of the most famous mental health hospitals in the United States where it's told the dead roam after dark. Are you sure you're ready to brave this list of 5 haunted asylums that will drive you mad? Number 5. The Rolling Hills Asylum. The Rolling Hills Asylum, formerly known as the Genesee County Poorhouse, was established in 1827. Initially, it served as a residence for the destitute and elderly individuals who had no means of support, and over the years, it evolved into an asylum, housing not only the poor, but also people with mental and developmental disabilities. This institution faced many of the same challenges as other asylums, such as overcrowding, inadequate funding, and questionable treatment practices. It underwent several renovations and expansions, with various buildings being added to accommodate the increasing number of residents. Over the years, Rolling Hills Asylum has become synonymous with paranormal activity and spine-chilling encounters. One of the most well-known spirits is that of a former nurse named Roy Krause. Roy was known for his cruel treatment of patients during his time at the asylum, and visitors have reported seeing his apparition in a nurse's uniform, moving through the hallways with an air of malevolence. Another prominent spirit said to haunt Rolling Hills Asylum is that of a little girl named Sarah. It's believed that Sarah was a patient at the asylum who tragically died at a very young age. Visitors have recounted sightings of a spectral young girl dressed in outdated clothing, playing with toys that seemingly materialize out of thin air, and some have even captured EVPs of a child's voice believed to be that of Sarah's trying to communicate with the living. The matron, a strict and stern figure who oversaw the female patients, is another ghostly presence reportedly haunting this asylum. Witnesses have observed her apparition in period clothing, overseeing patients no longer present and seemingly making sure they're in order. Chilling experiences at Rolling Hills Asylum are not limited to specific entities, however, and visitors have also reported hearing disembodied voices, cries, and whispers echoing throughout empty rooms, while many claim to feel sudden drops in temperature and have experienced physical sensations such as hair being pulled or the feeling of a hand on one's shoulder. The numerous documented encounters at Rolling Hills have solidified its reputation as a paranormal hotspot, drawing both skeptics and believers eager to explore its haunted past. Number 4. Whittingham Hospital. Whittingham Hospital, also known as Whittingham Asylum, was a psychiatric institution located near Preston in Lancashire, England that opened in 1873 and was initially designed to accommodate only around 700 patients. Like many other asylums of its time, it followed the principles of the Kirkbride plan, featuring extensive grounds and elaborate architectural designs. Over the years, Whittingham Hospital underwent several expansions and renovations, eventually becoming one of the largest asylums in the country, and offered various treatments and therapies with an emphasis on creating self-sustaining communities for the patients. Whittingham Hospital, once a place of healing, now stands abandoned and shrouded in tales of paranormal activity. One of the most frequently reported apparitions is that of a former nurse named Lily. It's said that Lily died under tragic circumstances, and her spirit remained tethered to the hospital she once served, and witnesses have seen her ghostly figure moving gracefully through the decaying corridors, dressed in a vintage nurse's uniform. Notably, her presence exudes a sense of compassion, leaving many to believe she is still caring for patients long since deceased, even in the afterlife. Another commonly witnessed apparition is that of a disturbed former patient known as the Runner. The Runner is said to roam the halls frantically, as if reliving the moments before his escape from the hospital, and witnesses have reported seeing his ghostly figure, often with a wild look in his eyes, running through the abandoned buildings. Visitors have also experienced unexplained phenomena such as the hearing of footsteps in empty corridors and the witnessing of doors opening and closing on their own, and cold spots are commonly reported, even in areas with no drafts or broken windows, adding to the eerie ambiance of this deserted hospital. Electromagnetic anomalies and fluctuations have also been detected during paranormal investigations, leaving some to believe that the spirits within Whittingham Hospital are attempting to make contact with the living. The haunting stories surrounding Whittingham Hospital have contributed to its status as one of Lancashire's most haunted locations, attracting ghost hunters, history enthusiasts, and those seeking to uncover the truth behind its chilling legends. Number 3. Severals Hospital. Severals Hospital, officially known as the Second Essex County Asylum, was a psychiatric hospital located in Colchester, in Essex, in the United Kingdom. It opened in 1913 and was designed to accommodate over 2,000 patients, and its architecture followed the popular echelon plan, which was common for mental institutions of its time. During its operation, Severals Hospital faced the challenges of overpopulation and underfunding, leading to suboptimal living conditions for its patients, and notably the introduction of more progressive treatments, such as medication and therapy, gradually replaced older, harsher practices. Severals Hospital, a massive psychiatric institution, has earned a reputation for its haunted past and spectral presences. Among the most widely reported apparitions is that of a malevolent figure known as the Man in Grey. Incidentally, witnesses have described seeing a shadowy man in a gray suit often lurking in dark corners or watching from afar, and his presence is often accompanied by an overwhelming feeling of dread or unease. A ghostly nurse wearing a dated uniform is another frequently reported spirit at Severals Hospital. She is often seen walking briskly through the halls, seemingly continuing her daily routine from beyond the grave, and some visitors have heard the soft shuffling of footsteps and the rustling of a nurse's uniform as she passes. The Echelon, a series of interconnected wards in the hospital, has been a focal point for paranormal activity for years. Here, visitors have heard unexplained voices and laughter coming from empty rooms and witnessed doors slamming shut on their own, and some have reported feeling sudden temperature drops even during warm weather, alongside a heavy feeling of being watched. Electronic devices and ghost hunting equipment on site have captured chilling EVPs, with ghostly voices responding to questions or making cryptic statements. And poltergeist activity has been observed, with objects seemingly moving on their own, adding to the eerie atmosphere of this abandoned hospital. The haunting stories of Severals Hospital have solidified its status as one of the most haunted locations in the UK, if not the world, attracting paranormal investigators and thrill seekers alike, all eager to experience its spectral phenomena firsthand. Number 2. The Athens Lunatic Asylum. The Athens Lunatic Asylum, later known as the Ridges, was a mental health institution located in Athens, Ohio. It opened its doors in 1874 and was originally called the Athens Asylum for the Insane. The design of this asylum was based on the iconic Kirkbride plan, a popular architectural style for mental institutions of the time, and the facility aimed to provide a humane and therapeutic environment for patients suffering from various mental illnesses. Over its years, this asylum faced several challenges, including issues with overcrowding and underfunding. The treatment of its patients was often questionable, with practices like lobotomies and electroconvulsive therapies being employed, reflecting the prevailing psychiatric treatments of the time. The asylum operated for over a century, and by the late 20th century, the conditions had begun to deteriorate significantly. The Athens Lunatic Asylum, or the Ridges, is steeped in eerie tales of ghostly encounters. One of the most famous hauntings is associated with the spirit of a former patient named Margaret Schilling. In December of 1978, Margaret went missing from her ward, and an extensive search was launched. Weeks later, her lifeless form was discovered in an abandoned section of the hospital. Strangely, an imprint of her body remained on the floor, as if she had left an indelible mark behind. Both visitors and staff members have reported witnessing Margaret's ghostly figure wandering the halls, especially in the area where her body was located. Some claim to have seen her in a tattered hospital gown, while others have encountered her apparition lying on the floor, as if reenacting the moment of her tragic passing. Apart from Margaret's haunting, many visitors have experienced unsettling encounters with the spirits of former patients and staff. Apparitions or shadowy figures have been spotted moving through the building, and some have reported hearing disembodied voices calling out their names. Cold spots and sudden drops in temperature have also been reported, even in rooms where heating is functioning correctly. Electronics and equipment used by paranormal investigators have captured mysterious EVPs, with some claiming to hear faint voices whispering chilling messages. Visitors have reported feeling touched, nudged, or even pushed by an unseen force, leaving them with an overwhelming sense of unease. Incidentally, the Athens Lunatic Asylum's haunted reputation has attracted paranormal enthusiasts from far and wide, making it a popular destination for ghost tours and investigations. Number 1. The North Wales Hospital. The North Wales Hospital, also known as the DENBIGH Asylum, was a psychiatric institution located in Denbigh in Wales that opened in 1848 and that was designed by architect Thomas Foljames in a Victorian Gothic style. Notably, this hospital aimed to provide humane treatment for its patients with mental illnesses. Throughout its history, the hospital faced challenges such as overcrowding, insufficient funding, and criticism over its treatment methods. And through the mid-20th century, it began to shift more towards community-based care, leading to a decline in the number of inpatients. The imposing North Wales Hospital, now in ruins, is a place rife with ghostly tales and unsettling encounters. One of the most well-known spirits said to inhabit the hospital is that of a former nurse named Sarah. According to legend, Sarah was a compassionate and caring nurse who committed suicide after falling in love with a patient, and her apparition has been seen gliding through the hallways, often carrying a lit lantern as if searching for someone or something. The matron, a stern and authoritarian figure during the hospital's operation, is another commonly reported haunting, with witnesses having claimed to see her ghostly figure walking briskly through the ruins, seemingly inspecting the premises and ensuring everything is in order. Many visitors have reported hearing disembodied voices, strange whispers, and unexplained cries echoing through the hospital's abandoned halls. And some have even captured EVPs of ghostly voices, further fueling the belief that the spirits of former patients and staff still linger within its decaying walls. Apparitions of shadowy figures moving through the ruins have also been reported, giving the impression that the spirits of the past still roam its grounds, and witnesses have described seeing figures dressed in old-fashioned clothing or uniforms appearing and disappearing into the darkness. By far one of the eeriest spots in the hospital is the old morgue, where deceased patients were once prepped for burial. Here, visitors have experienced intense feelings of dread and sadness while entering the area, and some claim to hear phantom footsteps and whispers. The infamous treatment room has a particularly dark reputation amongst paranormal enthusiasts. This room was where controversial treatments such as lobotomies and electroconvulsive therapies were administered, and those who have entered its bounds have reported feeling a heavy, oppressive energy, as if the suffering endured within its walls has left a lasting imprint. Some visitors have even reported physical interactions with the unseen, such as feeling tugged or pushed, or experiencing sudden changes in temperature, even on warm days. The North Wales Hospital's haunting history and the tragic stories of its patients and staff have created an atmosphere of fear and fascination, and many supernatural investigations have taken place within over the years, attempting to document and understand its otherworldly activity. Thanks for joining me for this list of 5 haunted asylums that will drive you mad. If you enjoyed hearing my histories and ghost stories, subscribe to my channel, like this upload, and share me with anyone you feel could use a good scare. I'll catch you next time.